What would you make if you could make anything? The important part of this question is it does not ask what can you make, but what would you like to make? And I started asking this question because it's kind of a nice way of starting to explain what is a Fab Lab, because explaining what is a Fab Lab is very difficult. Fab Lab is a global network of people who wants to collaborate and share knowledge. And it's a global network of open workspaces where anybody can come in and learn how to make almost anything. And because we work with digital tools and we have open access, we can share our knowledge and then collaborate globally and produce locally. So why do I care about this so much? Well, I'm a designer and I am very interested in what you call personal fabrication. That is, how can I help people create their own products instead of I design it for them? And open design. How can I make a living if I share all my knowledge and share all my designs? And as a result of this, how can we then achieve global collaboration and local manufacturing? Global collaboration is awesome because we work as one collective intelligence. And when we all share knowledge and collaborate together globally, there's like no end to what we can do. And local manufacturing is great because it makes people more aware of the products they use, and it means more to them and help them create a more fulfilling life. So for 2 years, I went around the world visiting more than 30 different Fab Labs, hacker spaces, and maker spaces in all corners of the world. And what I'm going to share with you now is some selected highlights of some selected highlights. So in Indonesia, we made as a statement the entire interior of the Fab Lab with the Fab Lab tools, and then including this parametric chair. And the interesting part of this chair is it's designed to be made digitally. So it's a digital design. It's meant to be made on a digital tool. So I chose to share this design. And what happens next then is, now we got this. This chair has been made in 19 different variations and proportions in 9 different countries so far. For instance, all of a sudden it flies by that somebody has learned from my chair and made it in France. But also, for instance, in Amsterdam, I helped a cellist create the perfect cello playing chair where the seat is at 550 millimeters high and angled slightly forwards. And the chair is also going into production in the US and in Norway. So the important thing here is that actually the chair is not so important as itself, as actually being a vehicle of knowledge transfer and collaboration. When I was in Kenya at the Fab Lab there, they asked me, Jens, can you help us develop leather products? And I say, you know, in Japan, I learned about a very nice leather project they did in Fab Lab Kamakura, where they collaborated with a leather craftsman to create these very nice slippers. Let's ask them if they want to share the knowledge with us, which they did. So the files flew digitally to Kenya. We put them in our laser cutter, and there we had, from local materials, the Japanese Koluska slippers. Then we, adapted it to local climates and got inspired by local nature. And we ran a series of workshops where I taught the users of the Fab Lab how they could design this and alter the proportions and build further upon the knowledge, which resulted then in lots of variations and learning. And then they said, Jens, Barack Obama's grandmother, she lives 20 minutes from the Fab Lab, let's go visit her. And I said, you know what, we're makers, not talkers. So we downloaded the Barack Obama Hope poster, we engraved it onto the leathers, we got fish leather from Lake Victoria, and we made her these slippers. And we told her the story of how we collaborated with Japan, took knowledge from old knowledge, mixed with new knowledge, and made this together. So the Fab Lab manager of Japan, Hiroya Tanaka, he said that Fab Lab is not only about visible problems, but also about invisible problems, which I find very relevant to us here in Scandinavia, because I think we have a lot more invisible problems. So this idea of helping people realize that they can create ingredients of their own life, they can be part of a global collaboration, to flip that switch in their mind is very powerful. And this is why it makes sense to share your knowledge. So we are so trained to keep our knowledge to ourselves, but you know what? Let's just try to do the opposite. I encourage you. It is very rewarding to see that your knowledge that has been shared openly is being applied in very surprising and meaningful ways, and it comes back to you, but not necessarily the way you think. Vincente Gulliat, the city architect of Barcelona, he said, Fab Lab is .com, it's .edu, it's .org, and it's .net, which I love that saying, because it shows how we work with cultural expression, activism, education, but also innovation and business. So that's the place I want to be. Ultimately, it's about the way of life. How do you deal with creativity? How do you approach knowledge? And this is why now there's nothing else for me to do but start a Fab Lab in Oslo. It's called Fellesverkstedet, so let's collaborate and share knowledge, and we can make anything you want to make.